Good day, traders. This is Rich with BinaryOptionTrading.com coming live with some price action on the binary markets. Currently 9:38 a.m., March 25th, 2013. A lot going on. You can see this chart is on a downward spiral, hitting support level 1. I'm actually going against the trend potentially here and take a support 1 call option unless price can get back up to the 50, 29.50 half whole number. And someone mentioned that the purple lines are getting a little too extreme on the chart, but that's okay. I zoomed in a little bit, trying to make it a little bit easier. Unless it's a whole number, it's pretty much where I took a trade in the past couple weeks, and I'm using those as areas of support and resistance. So I was going to take this trade actually at 29.44. You notice how price came up and then just fell back down. Now we're hitting support 1, and it's bouncing pretty well. I'm going to miss this trade. I'm definitely going to miss this trade because it's already making its move. And there's a lot of price action, a lot of things to go over after the trade is done. I don't want to get into that too much just yet. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It is the last week of March. Cyprus struck a deal last night or this morning, causing the markets to make a little bit of action. People were kind of blowing it off a little bit, so I'm not too concerned about it. And we're watching price right now based on that news. U.S. markets look like they're opening up a little bit. Nothing extreme just yet. Still early. We saw price action on Friday do its thing, and now we got this pretty tight range. We were above the pivot, and now we're hitting support level 1, and we're going to just hold this for a second. I'm going to come back, hopefully have a good trade set up, and then we'll get that thing rocking. Okay guys, we are back here, and it's unfortunate that we missed this call option down here. It had a nice ride all the way back up to 129.35 from 129.14. The only reason why I was considering call options is we're just around the pivot area. We're not really down. Yes, we're down over the course of the last 6 or 7 hours, and I'll get into that a little bit later. Here's a 15-minute chart. Actually, we'll go to a 30-minute chart. You can see this is where it opened up down here at pivot on Sunday night, and price filled the gap, moved up, hit the purple line of 130.42, guys. Hello. I love my purple line of 130.42. A couple times, 3 times, 1, 2, and 3. Got to resistance 2, dropped off after filling the gap, and now we're closing through it. So what I expect to happen is price to either move further down to support level 2, kind of match what happened before, or eventually we'll get back into pivot and start meandering around that area. So I am taking, this is a 30-minute chart, looking at it pretty seriously. Have some pretty decent setups last night if you were trading. So I'm open to both calls and puts at the point, and we'll keep looking. So hang on. Okay guys, we are still sitting around here, still sitting around the support level 1 area, starting to consolidate a couple candles in a row, a doji here. I'm definitely considering call options as well as put options, but I feel it's going to break down to support 1 first, maybe extend through it. If it extends through there, we're looking at the whole number of 1.2900. It's about 14 pips away from this line, so we're about 20 pips away from here. So I might hold off. My trade might not happen for a while. It's kind of risky to take a trade right at this level because of the doji. Now we're forming another doji. Of course, this is the opening of the next candle, so this hasn't even developed yet. But if it does extend through support 1, I might take a call option there. Depending on the speed of the candle, I might wait for it to get down to 129, depending on the time frame of the actual trade setup itself at 24 option or whatever broker you are trading at. So I'm being patient here, very patient. The trades occurred in the middle of the night during the Euro session for sure. There were some decent setups. Look at this bounce. I mean, there's just certain things you don't want to do when we had a rough week last week of trading. I got a lot of comments about choppiness and getting wishy-washed, and it sucks when you have a good week of trading and it comes back against you. So you just got to be patient. if this comes down to it, I might not even take a trade. All right. So I'll post this video and not even take a trade. But I just want to make sure you guys are aware that this is what I do. I wait and I wait. I mean, I'm doing other things. I can't just be patient, be looking at staring at the charts. I have my price alerts. I have a couple things working in the background so I know when price is making its move. A big candles, that sort of thing. That way I can avoid the watching the paint dry syndrome. Okay, we're watching this stuff just plot, and not much is happening. We're already in almost an hour in the U.S. market, so we got about an hour left to take this trade. I'm thinking. I also believe we'll have some pretty heavy price action this week. I think the Cyprus information will consolidate for a day, and then all new news will come out. We could see new highs on the Dow. Things of that nature. So we're going to be patient here. I'm going to wait for my setup to come to me. I am not going to force it. I'm going to keep the money in the bank and not worry about it. Feel like I have to trade just to take a trade. Okay, that's what you want to avoid. If you can learn those two things, if you can be patient with your trading and you can avoid trading just to trade, you'll save a ton of money. Okay. And let's also talk about the risk factor here. Okay, we're seeing this little bleeder. See if it bleeds. I talk about risk at least once a week on the videos, and it's always mentioned though. You got to be careful. It's very risky trading, no matter what. It doesn't have to be binaries. It could just be straight stocks, forex, commodities. Doesn't matter. Trading is risky, and you need to make sure you have the money to trade, and you can't expect to make $1 million on $25. Okay. All right. Meanwhile, back on the charts, we're seeing the price move. Okay, we're extending through the support one and lows of the day. So I am going to watch it tight and possibly take a call option at this point. Okay, it's bouncing. I think we're going to get another thrusting candle through this. It's challenging it pretty good. Buyers are coming in hard here. But if the buyers lose, we'll definitely get down to the 129 level. And I think that's the better call option. So I'm going to wait. Even if this thing works, I'd rather it work and not risk it. I'm going to wait for the 129, maybe a little bit above 129, or the extended move through 129. So I'm going to pause. We're already almost 8 minutes into this video, and I haven't taken my trade yet. So hang on. Okay, guys. We are seeing what I thought we would see. Price is coming down to the whole number of 129.00. It might react quick. Let's see okay, we're looking at, let's get prepared here. 4.5 minutes to get in this trade, and I just don't want the bounce to happen too quick, which it is happening at this moment. So this is actually pretty good, because what will happen is if this can bleed down, it should hold, because this is almost like a consolidation candle for a move back up, because it could doji, could form a nice wick here. But I'm expecting the price to still fall a little bit more. It's a little too early to take the call option. I don't want it to go too far against me. Maybe I'll take it at 129.02 or 3, and not so much at 129 whole. But I'm going to wait. I am going to wait. Okay, guys, we are back here and changing it up 5 minutes later, taking a put option right now. Taking a put option. I'm going to show you why in a second here. Make sure I get in this trade, 1037. And the main reason why is because we've made the move down, and now we're bounced back up with 2 strong candles. And I'm looking to sell when people are buying at support level 1 as a good resistance area. Let's go ahead and go to a 1 minute chart. It's a little tight here. Let's see if I can expand. Okay, there we go. So we'll get the little drop off right there. It's not really a trend trade at the moment, even though we're in support level 1. We did see price action move to the north side, and we are currently in this trade at 1.29161. It's currently at 1.29211, so it's moving in our direction quickly. So going with the trend is nice. Price did come down here, and I was almost about to take my call option at the 129 level, but it never actually got down there, so I waited and waited. I wasn't even going to trade today. I was going to actually just stop the video and just post it as a no trade day. But then once I saw this rise up pretty quick, I'm like, okay, let's take the continuation to the south side, and now it should get down to the 129 level, and this trade's going to look really pretty. This 1 minute candle is nice and tight. Looks like it's going to be an 8 or 9 pip candle, which should hopefully give us a winner. So what I'm going to do is, since I'm running out of time with the video, I'm going to pause. I'll come back, and we'll close this trade up. Okay, guys, this trade is turning into a monster, and I'm obviously happy I took it. Price action blew through our entry right down through the whole number, through a previous trade number, and is now making super new lows near support level 2. So euro is weak right now. Definitely glad I was looking at a put option here and not the call option. Nice switch over on this one, and this trade is going to be a really good one. And I waited for, I started looking around 8:30 or so about 2 hours for this trade to come about, and that's how it worked. And look at this thing just dropping like a rock. Wow, this is going to be maybe the biggest one we've had in a long time, if not the longest one. And that candle just closed. You heard that noise. That was the super large candle on a 5 minute. So I'm going to hold off for a second, check out the back end, and then we'll finish the video real quick because I'm running out of time. Okay, so here it is, the 24 option back end. Looking at a 1.29161 entry, and it closed at 1.28866 for a 29.5 pip winner. 29.5. Holy moly. Okay, so that pretty much sums up that trade. So let's go to the chart real quick. Wow, it's still dropping hard. Look at this thing. Man, it's another 20 pips from our entry, or from our exit. So euro is definitely getting hit pretty good here. Be careful. Obviously, you're going to get this video after this price action has occurred, but you'll get the point. And you saw how I waited patiently. The quick thing I wanted to go over real quick. Well, I'll go over it tomorrow when there's a little bit more time on the video. But this was a great trade. I hope you guys watched it through the end. Make sure you comment and tweet and share and like, and ask any questions you might have. Hopefully you guys watched the whole thing. It's a long one, but it's a good one. I mean, this is a solid trade in the end, and we're going to close up this video. So this is Rich with BinaryOptionTrading.com, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday for the trade of the day.